All right. Well, today we are going to set up a little garden bed featuring garlic for a friend of mine. And this is what she wants to grow some garlic in. So number one thing we're going to talk about is drainage. Everybody loves to put holes in the bottom of things, and to be perfectly honest with you, I like putting them in on the side, just slightly off the bottom. And the reason is I like that little bit of water reservoir. And we're going to also chat about the age-old technique of throwing broken pottery, wood, anything sharp or implicable to human life in the bottom of these things for quote-unquote drainage. Please don't do that. I have never found that to be of any use whatsoever. So what I'm going to do is just go around here quickly. I'm going to put just a little hole, not anything gargantuan. There we go. And that is how that looks. And that is close enough to the bottom. We're not going to have anything soaking because today we're really looking at garlic. And garlic is not so much about the root system as garlic is about room to grow and room to absorb nutrients. So, since this is going to be a container garden, we're going to use some potting soil here. Oh, just plain old regular. I came from the garden center potting soil. And at this point, I'm going to stop about halfway through because this is now a great time and a great place to reuse other soil that you've got laying around in the pots, and or in this particular case, we have some wonderful leaf compost. So we have got some great, rich, wonderful soil, lots of organic material, which is going to bring up this topic. Everybody loves to add weird stuff. I am not a subscriber to the absolute miracles of eggshells. I will say this for them. They are a good organic material. I'm not going to say that they are just the absolute end-all of gardening. What I am going to say is that they do a good job of adding a little nutrients to the soil as they break down. And that's pretty much anything, because everybody's other big favorite is coffee grounds. What do you do with all those coffee grounds? Well, they compost nicely, and sometime later we're going to explore putting coffee grounds in for mushrooms. But for today, I've just got a nice little mix. I'm going to come back in on the top of it with a little more potting soil. And that should give us a nice level playing field to get our garlic in. Now, garlic has, besides being exceedingly tasty, garlic has got a lot of side effects that we love. It's rumored to help you with your blood pressure. It's rumored to be an antiviral. It's all in all, but you know, for many of my friends, garlic is actually pretty close to being a food group. So, the thing to remember with garlic when you're trying to plant it, A, this is the finished result that you want. You're not really going to get this immediately. So what you really want to check is when you separate your garlic, you want nice, big, fat, healthy cloves. And you basically want to keep them enough room apart to let them turn into something this big. So if you put too many of them in here, you're going to get small heads of garlic. Now, as we pop these apart, you'll notice I want the nice, big outside ones, because I will tell you from personal experience that the bigger the clove you put in, the bigger the head of garlic you will get out. So I have a tendency to go ahead and get my biggest cloves off, and then the little centerpiece with all the little guys in it, I'll put that in together to give it a nice little head start. So let's see, I need just a little bit more garlic here. Get some paper off of that. And again, the biggest healthiest looking cloves we can get. Now garlic, because we're starting with the cloves, doesn't really self-adjust in the soil. So like you're planting an asparagus, it'll move its roots down to where it wants to go. With the garlic, I want to get it down the distance of my fingers. So I'm going to move over about that far, and I'm not going to fill anything in until I have got my cloves firmly implanted. Nice smooth over. Now another big thing with garlic that I happen to like is I also happen to like to cook with garlic greens. So garlic to me is a little crop that keeps on giving. So this right here is set and ready to go. A couple of weeks from now there will be little green sprouts popping up, and for the next 6 to 9 months she'll have a nice little bed of garlic that she can harvest the greens, and when they're done she'll hopefully have a nice big head of garlic.